thinking he had the talent when he didn't have any talent. He's not going to be in any future movies.
Well,
Think
see,
you could be using this on YouTube, bitch.
it's a good conversation. That's why. Well, fucking. Well, what was it in the last of the new ones? I really liked the fucking storyline. How he got so fucked up, like corrupt, and he just like killing little fucking Jedis and shit. And
that was cool, but it was the way it was portrayed. Like, I know if someone told me that story by like orally, I'll be like, oh, that's fucking awesome. And then you watch it, you're like, there's no feeling in this at all. He just like, especially how the kid got all scared, like like robotically stepped back. Like, I don't know how he tipped a kid to act worse than like a kid normally will act like, oh shit, fuck. Like, he can just flash a light at the kid and he'll be like, what the hell is that? Because they're natural actors. They don't know any different. But he actually made the kid look bad as an actor. He, like, did this weird robotic, I am scared. I'm like, oh, shit, this is really bad.
Yeah, it's even worse because they're Jedi in training, so, I mean...
Right.
You know, they shouldn't react like that.
I know, it should just be like, oh, hey, yeah, another lightsaber. That's, I'm used to that. That actually would have been sad. Killed by something they're used to being around all the time.
But I mean, like, where are they going with this? With the new storyline for the new movies?
Anywhere.
Takes place.
Take me anywhere.
20 years after Jedi.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they have to do it a certain amount of time after because all the original actors are older now. So.
No, they got Harrison Ford, they got what's-her-face.
Or Disney's got some crazy, like, post-development team that's going to make them all look normal and young.
No, they look old. I mean, they're playing whatever age they would have been like.
Maybe that's the pre-post.
But, I mean, what? I mean, like, what are they aiming for? Are they trying to aim, like, building up the Republic, or is there a new threat, like another Sith Lord?
Probably the stuff that's in the comics.
Well, they're stealing some of the stuff from the books because
yeah, it has to be from the books.
Because if you want to go with Luke Skywalker's storyline throughout the older movies, technically he's moving towards a fucking Sith.
Supposed to have like disappeared for quite a while. Well, in the books, he did become a Sith.
Yeah, because the teachings.
Who became a Sith?
Luke
He
Skywalker.
did. To getting good with the new Emperor.
Oh,
I would
fuck
say
this dude.
Dark Jedi. Dark Jedi.
Every single time we're talking about some crazy shit, this guy comes in. and then I gotta start talking about poop again. Alright, we gotta stop talking about this guy.
But that's where they changed him later in the books. It's part of the reason that he decided there is no light side or dark side.
Yeah,
the Force is gray.
Because fucking Luke used so much of his emotions. He used so much of his emotions during his fights and shit, like Jedi teachings.
I like how you haven't been hanging out with me all day, acting like that.
This fucking guy.
Basically,
She's like,
oh
my
god,
patience,
I'm tired of guys talking about poop.
My patience has grown so thin
6 seconds
in the past several hours.
Stop talking about poop.
I'm on my second glass of wine, John. You better catch shit up, man.
Less than 2 drinks. What?
Sarah, he says I gotta catch up.
You gotta catch up.
He's beating you through other substances.
Oh shit! No. Seriously, what the fuck, man? You came on and I went from like I've been drinking 2 glasses and I was like talking about like the history of like Lucas and shit with these guys, and then you came on. Suddenly I become 10 times drunker. What the fuck?
No, dude, let's just keep talking about it. It's fine, man.
Oh yeah, so
cool.
You guys are talking about the books, right? The Sith not being technically bad.
No.
Well, they're bad. But
after
it's
the
the Force.
Yuzong War, Luke
the
was
Force
like,
has
"Oh, there's
good or
no."
bad to it.
Yeah, but then after the Swarm Wars, he's like, "We need to get the Jedi back to thinking that there is a good side," because Jason Solo is just like making him a little concerned.
Jason Solo.
He's Han
Jason
and
Solo
Leia's
son.
and then he turned Sith and killed Luke's
Han
wife.
and Leia had twins, boy and a girl. He was the male. And then they had a younger son, Anakin.
Yeah.
Oh, they had twins, but they didn't stop. You said twins, and I am in this world of sci-fi. First thing I think it was Dune. Just like,
okay, well, the prophecy.
Not that any of this matters.
We'll see the prophecy that Yoda talked about. The prophecy that Yoda talked about said it could have been misread, like the prophecy.
That's the whole point of prophecy. It's a fucking.
No, okay. because the prophecy was supposed to be Anakin Skywalker, but apparently it wasn't. But Yoda says there is another. Exactly who is the other, though?
It was Leia.
When he said other, he
was
was
Leia.
Leia.
Leia?
And the
Yeah.
prophecy
She
was
is a
fulfilled
Jedi
by
in the movie.
Anakin.
She's a
He
Jedi Knight.
killed.
She's a
Other is
Jedi
Joe
Knight
Biden.
now?
Yeah.
What?
Well, in the books.
In the
Yeah.
movie, she will be too. She
Yeah,
will be a
but are
Jedi.
those canon? Or are those like official?
Well, they
Darth just said it's
were.
good to be in the movie, bro.
They were, but they said the movies now basically nullified all the books.
Unless they deem it.
But they're still taking stuff from
yeah.
the books regardless.
So much shit.
Right?
I thought so much lore.
And Luke's supposed to look really old anyway in the books. Because of all of, like, the force that he's used. All the power
Shouldn't that
that
make
he's
you
had.
feel
Well,
more
also
young?
the fact that he's old in the
Yeah,
movie
he's like
anyway.
at least 60.
Like
60s or
yeah.
early 70s maybe in the books. I don't even know how Boba Fett's still alive. Really.
Boba Fett is still alive?
They
Yeah.
didn't say he was going to be in the movie, did they?
Oh, are they?
I
No,
don't know.
they might actually. That makes sense.
I mean,
It's
they
too
mentioned
popular.
that he
Why
might
would
be a
they
side movie,
kill
but
him
that
off
doesn't
and,
have
like-
anything to. It doesn't have to have anything to do with that particular movie. I mean, they can jump around that timeline all they want.
sure.
They can
I mean-
technically
But
make
if
a
they
Boba
hit
Fett
at
movie
him,
that exists
that's going to be far
back
better.
in movies.
More toys to sell.
Yeah.
That's a huge like franchise unto itself.
What I wouldn't be surprised
Just the
if,
toys alone.
if
Well-
they bring in a new not Boba Fett. Like, have you seen their Rebels or whatever? It seems like they're doing, oh, this is totally not
Well,
the
in the
Millennium
books.
Falcon.
In the books, with Boba Fett, he ended up becoming like the leader of the Mandalorians. He
Yeah.
had the whole planet and whatnot. He had it as a whole business for
And he had-
mining and selling the iron.
He had cancer.
Yeah, he had problems, but he was fine. He didn't want to be the leader, but they made him the leader anyway.
He had to get an
Yeah, I'll let
injection
your
in his
bitch.
bones.
Ow.
Yeah.
What about Skyrizian? What's his face?
Calrissian.
Yeah, Calrissian.
He's
Calrissian.
around, but you didn't really see him very much. He had a daughter, I think. that
Yeah,
showed
he
up
had
in
a
the books.
really
Lando.
nice business.
What's up
going
in
on.
this?
Yeah.
Like, he
Shit.
was making droids, like,
It's hard to keep track of in the books. Through the books, he had
security
like
type droids.
yeah. But that came up during the Vong Wars, though, didn't he? Didn't he make like the
Yeah, I think so.
droid version of the Vong or something like that?
I'm not sure, but he definitely made a lot of droids for the war.
That was one thing I did like from the first episode. All those fucking droids. Those droids were badass. Like those droidicas, the ones that rolled on
Yeah.
their fucking.
I like those.
That was not even Lucas though. That was like a couple
Yeah.
Chinese guys.
Almost
I don't
every
care. That was
good
still
thing.
badass.
Almost every good thing in Star Wars has not come from Lucas.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like the
That's
fifth
pretty fucked
movie
up.
was one of the best, and that was the one Lucas was the least involved in. Coincidence?
The fifth movie?
Yeah.
Empire Strikes Back. The fifth.
You said
Oh,
The
you're talking about.
Empire
Okay,
Strikes
yeah,
Back.
yeah. Yeah. No, and that
Give me
was the
some of
best.
that
Yeah, I
beverage
did
I
like
made
that.
for you. Let me taste test this.
You're not gonna like it.
I do
It's
like
orange juice, though.
My
It's
dad
not
was
like
the
orange
first
juice.
one who, when he took us to see the rehashed, like the re-released version in the theaters, and he took me to see New Hope, and I was like, oh man, I fell asleep, and I was like, this is stupid. I can't fucking watch this. And he was like, you fell asleep during this movie? What the hell? Dad, I didn't even consider you a nerd, but this was pretty down. Like, I'm sorry. Like, well, this is like the Matrix for you guys. Like, no, this is not like the Matrix. And then he took me to the Emperor Strikes Back, and I liked it. And he was like, "This is
What the
weird."
fuck
I was
is
like,
wrong
"What?"
with you?
He was like,
Yeah.
I remember this not being Lucas. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like, I remember there being other credits next to Lucas, and him having like very little to do with it. He's like, "But I saw that, and I saw only George Lucas's name on it. Like, there's no other characters now attributed to this movie. Like, he like killed them off or something." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
That's when I knew Lucas was a danger.
He did make droids during the Vong War. He made the YVH-1 droids.
Right.
Using Vong hunters. Self-healing, look like Terminators.
Rad.
That's some dark shit. I still can't believe they're making a fucking new fucking... That's so fucking stupid. Not okay with that shit, guys. Not okay.
What are you even talking about?
New Terminator.
About?
Oh. Right.
Oh yeah, don't even
now
give me
you know
this shit.
Okay, he had a son, not a daughter.
Who?
Calrissian.
Lando Calrissian.
My nigga.
And one of my favorite characters probably isn't gonna exist anymore. That's Corran Horn.
Who?
Yeah, he might.
Your favorite character is Corran Horn, but you haven't read the X-Men series.
No, but I read I, Jedi. That's
where
good enough.
he's like... No. He's in that series.
Well, yeah, because he was part of Rogue Squadron.
Oh, John got told.
I know
he used to be my go-to person for like Star Wars
fuck that shit.
posts. Now I got a new person.
No, fuck
so
that shit.
I kneel before you.
Read the books
I kneel before you and give you.
I haven't read X-Men.
My favorite character's
and while I'm at it, I'm gonna go to you for all my Dune knowledge now too. This is excellent.
I don't know anything about Dune. I'm sorry.
Kill myself.
You don't have to. I'm getting John pissed off.
I saw the '80s movie, which
no.
I've heard is like the worst.
No.
Actually, what I want to see is that original movie that was all basically fleshed out, and they never actually made it. I forgot what the guy's name was.
Which one?
A Dune movie?
Oh, the Dune. I know you're talking about with the Aronofsky, right? I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Jodorowsky. He's got some weird name.
I just know it ends in a ski.
Yeah, Jodorowsky's Dune.
Did you see the documentary on it?
Yeah.
On how it was supposed to be?
Like, yeah, he had it all like ready to go. And
yeah.
It was supposed to be one of the best.
I know that there's giant worms. And there's like a chosen one guy, and he holds his hand out and he says something.
Moving deep.
And like you can get high on sand or something.
No, you drown the little
makers. I only read Dune,
Spice,
The Children of Dune, and the first book of the Butlerian Jihad, and that was it. That one's crazy though. You don't need to know anything about the Dune series to get into that.
The funny thing with that guy's Dune is he had Geiger do designs for it.
Oh yeah, you told me about that, which would have been great.
Which inspired Alien afterwards when they didn't use it. So picture that, a crazy Geiger design Dune.
Sounds pretty cool.
Very creepy, and yes, probably would have made lots of money. But also, it was kind of crazy in his set developments. He wanted shit that was like been way too intensive to build.
He was ahead of his time.
Yeah, he wanted to build full animatronic sandworms. Like, what the fuck? That shit.
Hey, I would want to do that too.
But but also in respect to that though, Spielberg ended up doing this almost the same thing about like 10 years later. So yeah, you're right. With the giant animatronics T-Rex, which he didn't need, but he was just like, well, I want them to react to it.
I think they've had enough.
Okay, I got this.
I suggest we capture this mercenary camp.
To show you how crazy he was, the guy's quote was something like, he wanted to give you like the hallucinations of him taking LSD without taking LSD.
What year was that though?
Well, when he was doing it was 73, but that documentary came out last year.
But they did the TV series in the 80s, so that must have been them trying to just hold on to the rights or something.
There was a TV series on Sci-Fi that was back in early 2000s, maybe.
Are you talking Dune?
Yeah.
Which was
Yeah,
actually
I got that on
closer
DVD.
to the story
Right here.
than the movie.
It's like
Wait,
I can reach and I can
Patrick-
touch it with my hand.
He's lying.
Capture this mercenary camp.
It's
But it's
right
close.
over there.
It's close. If he reaches, if he leans, he can touch it. He
Yeah.
has to like almost fall out of his chair.
No, I can touch it. You're wrong. I
What is John
win.
touching of his? On
I
himself?
have
You don't wanna know.
the sci-fi channel. Doom. I got it. It's all mine, bro.
I want to see it eventually, but there's just so many things to see. It's too many things. Not enough
They
time.
keep recommending it to you, and you're like,
I know.
No way!
But you also want me to watch Sons
scared.
of Anarchy, and a lot of people want me to watch Games of Thrones. Game of Thrones.
Games of a Throne. Yeah,
Yes.
that is
There's
what it's
multiple
called.
games, and there's only one throne. That would
The
make
Game
more
of
sense.
a Throne. It's the Game of Throne. It's just basically a bunch of people fighting over like it's
Who
basically
can
Jeopardy,
fuck their sisters?
but with death, and that's it. Yeah. If you say it without in the word of a question, then die. See, my mouth is purple. Ah.
See, I
Trouble
can't talk
train.
Game of Thrones with you guys. You guys have read all the books.
Well, Darth's read all of them. I read
Just
it up
assume
to the
everyone
last.
dies. That's what I'm gonna do.
I've read everything as well.
If you want to see everybody, you're going to be very happy then. That's it. You enjoy yourself.
Yeah, this person's gonna die. Why do I give a shit about
John
them?
and I learned early on that with certain people that write stories, if you invest yourself into characters, they're just gonna fucking rape you. That's all they're gonna do. That's all.
I did read like the Wheel of Time book, and I didn't think about it until the very last book. I mean, the series. Like 13 books in, I realized, oh yeah, this whole thing's gearing up to one final battle. I bet everyone's gonna die. And at the end, not everyone died, but almost everyone.
John and
I didn't
I,
prepare myself.
we had the best. We're just gonna write a book in which nobody dies at the end, but no one lives at the end either. It's just gonna get to some really mundane part of the story, like your main character goes to a coffee shop, and then you're gonna turn the page, and it's gonna be blank. And you're gonna turn the next page, it's gonna be blank again. And it's
gonna be
gonna
like
be blank
50 blank
consistently,
pages.
and they're gonna like, I think I got a defective book. Like, no, sir, that's how it's shipped.
Yes.
And then they're gonna ask, like, what's wrong? What did you do? I'm like, I got tired writing the story. That's it. Now it's up to you guys. And then they're gonna retire on an
So many
island and
English-
just be drinking.
So
That's
many
it.
English teachers are gonna love us for making, like, I don't even have to make up a writing prompt for my students. I just make them read this book, and then they get all deep, and then they all like get to like mention it at parties, like zero-sum game. It's great. It makes them feel real smart.
Yeah. I don't want to join your guild. Fuck you.
Sarah was asking if she should join your server or the server that Dradith and Sammy
I
are
almost
on.
should join this guild. They're called the Chubby Chasers.
Yes, join them.
I don't want to commit to anything yet. I'm on Ijaw right now, but Rujin and Medlin are on Farstriders.
Farstriders has the pick of the win.
Farstriders has actually got medium population, dude. When was the last time that happened?
Well,
remember?
it took 3 server merged together to do it.
Jolly good!
I don't know. They must have been really low population servers, though.